MkLeo and NAKAT. Obviously, Leo, guys, no introduction needed. Best player on the planet for a reason. But how about NAKAT? Like somebody who qualified, you know, via the voting process. A lot of personality, and you know, I think being slept on a little bit. Like there's a timeline yesterday where NAKAT beats T in that first round of Squad Strike, and T doesn't go on to win that event. Like he was that close, like maybe the closest to taking him out there. So big ups to NAKAT, definitely coming through to show people that he's still got a lot of skin in the game, man. He's a very talented individual, and I'm hoping he has a good run here up against Leo. Going with the classic Pichu.
Yeah, man.
I have to imagine that the overwhelming amount of people are going to expect a 3-0, but I hope NAKAT can take 1 or 2 games, or
maybe 3.
Honestly, that'd be awesome.
Could be 3. Now, I know NAKAT, I talked to him a little bit before about this set, and not a lot of people have Byleth experience. This is a pretty uncommon character. I feel like we're starting to see more and more Byleth come through, but I mean, not every region has a Byleth, right? So
exactly.
NAKAT has not been hit yet, by the way. This is all self-damage.
Yep.
I think not a lot of people have Pichu experience
especially
anymore,
nowadays.
A character that was definitely running the game for a short time now has kind of been forgotten, and I think the small characters do really well against Byleth.
Oh, watch the shield.
But not the light ones.
It's kind of funny, like you mentioned, like Pichu not, you know, seldomly seen these days, because you recall like Genesis, you know, who was he up against? He was up against Void's Pichu, that MkLeo, you know, when he won that event. So we definitely know this character has definitely got a strong history in the game. But yeah, not on too many people's radars, but NAKAT not giving up for good reason. I'm actually a little surprised that Leo is going Byleth, because I know his complaints about, you know, Byleth versus Pikachu, right?
Right.
Pichu, very, very similar, obviously. In a lot of those regards, you see NAKAT able to take that first stock. Could be setting the tone for something big, guys.
You know what's kind of rough, though, is that Leo doesn't exactly have a character for these small guys, like for the Rats particularly,
They're all good
right?
against them, really.
Yeah, Joker and Pyra and Mythra, I think, all kind of fall victim to that. So I wonder who Leo would switch to. I mean, Lucina might be an option, but I don't know how in practice that is.
Yeah, we haven't seen that Lucy in a while, which is a shame, because I was a big fan of his Lucy. I was a big fan of his Ike, too. Like Leo's going, you know, again, it's one of those things where you don't realize the game's been out as long as it has, because Leo's gone through several different characters throughout his dominance in Ultimate.
I'm so curious, too, if we're going to see the Sora at any point. I feel like it's most likely going to come against Light, but...
He said he was...
No, he's going Pichu against Light.
I think it's all
he said
Pichu
he was going
for him in
Sora.
this pool.
He said he was going... No, he said he was going Sora against Gluttony.
Oh, okay.
He said he thinks he can catch him off guard with that.
That actually makes perfect sense the more I think about it.
Yeah,
Use a sortie.
Yeah, get that drift.
Plus, Wario comboing Sora sounds kind of awkward.
Yeah,
because so floaty and stuff like that. Yeah, there's a couple different ways that could go.
Yeah, and for Sora, his combo game is definitely a lot better on Wario than some other characters in the past. So.
NAKAT's holding up in this game, by the way. Let's point that out. I mean, until now,
damn it, Max!
Jesus Christ.
Damn it, Max!
Oh, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, NAKAT.
Even African DI wasn't going to save him from that.
Yeah, well, that wasn't the best DI. You want to go down and out in that situation. So there's different mix-ups with Byleth's up B. Down and out in that scenario, you got to worry about like maybe the follow-up back air or something like that. But when you go in and give Byleth the up air, you definitely don't want that. There's some situations where you have to DI in, because if you go out, you'll get like just spiked into oblivion. But that scenario NAKAT could have chose again, and this is part of the experience, right? Like maybe not having the most Byleth experience, not knowing exactly when and where to DI certain moves, especially up B. Up B is a very unique and tricky move. That is Byleth's DLC move for sure.
Oh, 100%. And that move is insane. And like to your point, right? If you don't know the mix-ups there, like you can lose your stock at
30%.
Yeah, 30%. Some regular characters lose their stocks at like 60 or 50, let alone like Pichu, right?
Yeah, you're done.
That up air, man. The MK layup right there.
Apparently that up B starts becoming untechable, like as a spike, literally at like 45 or something.
Yes, it does. It's
Leo told me that yesterday, and
45?
my eyes popped.
Yes.
It's really early.
Yeah.
There's actually 50-50 platform setups.
Yeah, because of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of insane.
Mid-tier, by the way.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I saw him tweet that he's like finding stuff. Maybe this character actually isn't bad.
Leo thinks this character... Leo's thought this character was good for quite some time. I swear to God, half of Leo's tweets are trolls.
He's
like,
just, exactly.
He loves baiting
He knows how to get engagement.
He loves it.
Yeah, he does.
And I actually like that part about him. He's such a sweetheart, right? But he loves to troll people for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Bit up air.
Yeah, that
from
two
all the way
frame is so
down there.
good.
Yes, sir.
To be fair, two-framing Pichu is like extremely free.
Yeah, because she extends her.
swells up.
Really, really bad two-frame. And that was like one of the main win conditions against Pichu, you know, in year 1 of Ultimate. It was just like, well, don't really go for the edge guard, just go for the two-frame. Oh my goodness.
God,
Jesus Christ.
deleted.
That sweet spot back air is basically a knee of justice on a stick.
Yep. Yes, it literally is.
Wow, imagine having a back air that's a sword move that's as strong as knee. Mid-tier, by the way.
The propaganda continues to
Oh,
spread.
it definitely.
Yeah, this is a rough outing for NAKAT. I mean, as you would expect, right? Leo obviously, you know, can't be overstated how godlike this man is. So
In his defense, Leo does this to like 99.999% of
Oh,
people.
Yeah, including other top 10 players.
Yes.
Oh,
Speaking of,
Shield break,
you
yeah.
already know what time it is.
Oh, Pichu's shield break animation is so cute. How
Yeah.
can you smack that poor little Pokemon
On the top of his head,
yeah,
right? Like, that's
right
crazy.
in the skull with a giant hammer?
Great for thumbnails, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good.
Fantastic for
Yeah,
thumbnails.
yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a moneymaker right there.
I should have never smoked that shit. No, Pichu's shield break animation.
good God.
Oh, no.
All right, yeah, I think we're debating.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, the Sora or the Pichu.
Okay,
but
okay, gonna
I
stick it
like
out with the
this.
Pichu.
I feel like Pichu is definitely the better pick on paper. It's just that you die so fucking early, man. Like, how do you keep up when Leo can take stocks at literally 39% or whatever it was that up B up air killed him?
Right. Pichu always increases the stress levels for both players. Like,
Yes.
Pichu can die at 30, whatever characters against Pichu can die at 30. Like,
Yep.
you just accelerate the game by a shitload.
Yeah, and it's hard, too, because there's certain situations when you die at 30, and that was the first time you got hit.
Definitely the
Right,
true
right.
last cannon of the game.
Yeah,
very
you literally just doing specials, and then all of a sudden he just hits you, and you just die.
It
think
makes
at this
Fox
point-
look like a heavy.
Yeah, I think at this point, too, like, for NAKAT, it's just or if you're going to play the best player in the world, you might as well go with what you're comfortable with, too, right? Like, you know, obviously a lot more time on the Pichu than the Sora.
Yeah.
He's also now starting to DI the up Bs properly. Got to hold into Byleth, and then you can generally avoid most of the stuff that's going to happen. But Leo, he'll capitalize anytime he sees you miss it.
That's just standard for Leo, right? Like, especially your shield is kind of lacking like
Yeah,
that.
Byleth
Okay.
actually pops shields easier than
Yep.
just about anyone.
And he goes for it pretty consistently, too. Like, he knows he's putting you in a lot of
Yeah,
pressure
I mean,
situations.
especially
like,
why wouldn't he,
Yeah,
right? You've got
exactly.
some of the best shield break tools in the game,
Yeah.
and you've got, you know, that down B too.
Oh, and you have to
Just
hit
delete
those.
people at like 10.
Right. So you're telling me there's a shield breaking move, and then you have tools that condition your opponent to shield at
Shield.
mid range and does a ton of poke. That'd be crazy if it was all on one character.
Yeah, especially on a mid tier.
Mid tier on a mid tier, that'd be wild, bro.
Is there a Smash University video coming out about this?
Actually, all according to plan.
So you just gave them the new. Oh,
That was not according to plan at all. So the cat probably going to be facing a 3-0 here to open up. Definitely going to be a rough situation, but you know, the main thing I would say to stay encouraged with NAKAT here is, I mean, you went against the best in the world round one. Like,
Hold up.
yeah, and it just didn't work out in your favor. So like, it's all, you know, it happens.
Yeah, a little bit of spaghetti those last two stocks. But honestly, guys, before you start hating on the cat, don't be surprised when Leo does that to the rest of the pool too,
Yeah.
Brewing.
and the rest of the bracket.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the MkLeo guy's pretty good.
Well,
Yeah,
He's all right. Yeah, I think he's on the
That guy's
come
pretty
up.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
bro.
you know.
looks like tacos are here, so I think I'm going to take my bow out for now. I'm pretty hungry.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
Maybe I'll do a
Get
little
those
more
tacos.
later, but
Yeah.
Pull up
if not,
anytime,
I've got my
man.
pool
Yeah,
late tonight.
Hey,
Yes, you
man.
do. Good
Hell
luck.
yeah.
Good luck,
Pull up
man.
anytime, man. Mike's hot for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, what a great set
Turn it off.
into a very dominant set. Not a bad set to watch, though. I mean, when NAKAT was cooking, it was a very compelling watch, right? You're like,
Right.
yo, is this guy actually going to do it? But then you just watch Pichu evaporate into thin air, and it's so tragic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, whenever you're going up against rats in general, I think this is something that Leo's gotten a lot better at. We talked about his character pool struggling versus rats, and he, you know, doesn't have the greatest track record against players like Esam as well, right? So, I mean, I think he's just gotten really good at understanding, like, okay, short characters, I might have to take more risks. We don't see that many down smashes or downers from Leo usually, but it's like, okay, well, I'm forcing you to shield, and I'm just going to throw out these really low, like, high-pressure moves, right? Even if they're a little risky, and it paid off.
Yeah, because, you know, to the point like you said, like, you might as well do that because he puts the risk because, yeah, he's going to get hit here and there, but if he gets those, that means these are obscenely early stocks.
Yeah, like look at that.
Yeah,
like,
which
come
really
on.
counters these edge guards that you're going to see coming out of the rats, right? So really great decision
And
making.
he was really efficient too, like routing his way back to the stage as well. I think that's one thing that, like, yeah, NAKAT never really got a chance to take too much advantage of it. And then those shields too, like that pressure, like just him in general, just kind of looming in your zone like that, just kind of shattering. We saw that a couple times. Yet again, right there, kind of rinse and repeat. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Swirly eyes,
NAKAT,
man.
you know, showing not too much fear of going out and edge guarding Byleth. I think Pichu's really good against tethers. You can put that super active back air or neutral air right in the way, you know, and I think that's what you have to do against tether recoveries. People kind of overrate them a little bit in Ultimate, or they're too scared to go off stage and deal with them, but Byleth's still just so reliable. So many mix-ups off the stage, especially when you add walls
it's just
into that mix.
that range, man. Because a lot of times traditionally, like a lot of moves that are like super active, like, you know, like a Fox Nair or a Wolf Nair, or like a move like a Palatino like Nair, right? They don't hit you all too far. And so most of the tether characters can, like, they just can't make it back because they don't have the range. But then Byleth does. So the moves that are traditionally good against that don't tend to work.
You usually have to get like 2 reps of it.
Exactly.
Oh, and by the way, if you fuck
If
it
you
up,
met-
you're
you
dead
dead.
at 50.
You are
so
dead.
there's also that.
There is that. There's also this guy, the
Yeah, I
Buzz.
was gonna have a chance to jump in, be like,
What's
hey,
going
guess
on?
who's here? Coolest person ever, you
Hey,
know?
the
Come on, man. Come on, baby. The king. Talk to me.
us, man.
I mean, I don't got much to say right now. I was just watching that, and then I blinked and it was done. to be
Yeah,
honest.
well,
I saw the show break. I'm like, oh, no. And also, when you mentioned the tether thing, you possibly
Right.
just up there and be like, hey, you're going for an edge guard my tether. This,
Get away
this
from
thing
me.
lingers like 2,000 frames.
Right,
Yep.
2000,
and
yeah.
It has
Yes.
a lot of knockback, and you're just like, oh.
Hold
and I've
that.
seen you can like combo that into up B sometimes.
You know what? I like what you said there. A lot of knockback, and you've seen. Speaking of seeing, CAC has something regarding people seeing some things. CAC, talk into the mic. What have you got to say?
What's up? All right. Well, first of all, I hope everyone's enjoying the show. I hope you guys are enjoying this summit. It's been a really great time here. I just want to take the quick time to shout out all the recasters for the event. Thank you to everyone for helping, spread this event, for making this event a better experience for all the, all the viewers out there. But most importantly, and this is very near and dear to my heart, I want to shout out the French restreamers for this event, which are Solory and Etoile.
Let's
Thank you guys
go.
so
Let's go.
much. Vraiment, beaucoup d'amour, les gars. Merci beaucoup. On vous adore tous. Vous manquez beaucoup. Thank you to, and it's just really big shout out to the French community. I mean, as you guys know, Rafflo had a really impressive, summit campaign. A lot, all of Europe was really behind him, supporting him. I just want to give him a shout out, really. Thank you. And just, merci les gars. Thank you all the guys in France, the Sange crew, like all the players, the TOs. Just thank you, everyone. So that's all.
Hell yeah.
man. Merci
Let's
beaucoup.
go.
Dang,
Indeed,
man.
man.
Thank you, Kags.
I love it, baby. I love it. And while I
Can you repeat what he said?
well, I'm gonna take a moment to go look up exactly that translation because I don't want to say anything that's out of pocket. Guys, don't go anywhere. We have more group action on the way after this break. See you in just a bit.